Colorado State and Colorado renew their Rocky Mountain showdown in front of a near-capacity crowd. Over 75,000 people expected. Colorado charges in, not with a chip but a boulder on its shoulder. Despite impressive wins over Nebraska and Texas, the Big 12 champs did not get a chance to play for the national title last year. Their quest for a shot this season starts today. Colorado and Colorado State. The Buffaloes come in playing their first game of the season, taking on Colorado State. The Rams were winners in Virginia last week. Colorado kicking off its season after a 10-win season last year. The Rams had a 35-29 win in the impressive heat in Virginia last week. Hi, Pam Ward, along with Chris Spielman. Rob Stone will join us shortly. And when you think about the Colorado offense, a lot of teams would be happy just to have one talented running back. They have several.
Well, you know, in training camp, it started out as a three-headed tailback monster. Then a young freshman comes in, they make it a four-headed tailback monster. Chris Brown, powerful. Purify, the slasher. Bobby Purify is a good back. Then you have Marcus Houston, a young kid ready to make a breakout season. And Brian Calhoun, a kid that mutated into a four-headed monster, has a lot of shake and bake. If you stop those guys, then you got to worry about number one. The starting quarterback for the Buffaloes, Craig Oaks, can hurt you with his arm and his feet. Can the CSU defense rise to the challenge? We'll find out.
And quite a challenge it will be, as Colorado has a tendency, especially come the fourth quarter, to wear down opposing defenses. It is a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky here in Denver. A couple of tornadoes touched down a couple of days ago, but it is terrific. Good football weather, Chris. 75 degrees and clear. And we should have a perfect day for football. Rob Stone, the third member of our team, down on the field. Rob?
Thanks, Pam. It has been a long journey here for Ram running back Cecil Sapp. And I'm not just talking about coming to Fort Collins from his hometown in Miami. He was ruled academically ineligible his freshman year. In fact, head coach Sonny Lubick told him, don't even come to Fort Collins. I don't have a scholarship for you. Sapp came anyway, worked his way at a lumber yard to pay for his expenses his freshman year. 2000, he was the Mountain West Conference leading rusher. Then in the spring drills, broke his ankle. After that, they found a benign tumor in his heel, which ruled him out for all of 2001. He is back right now, focused and in better playing shape than the coaches have ever seen. And Chris, Pam, he is an exciting talent. He ripped up Virginia a week and a half ago.
Certainly did. 178 yards. That was a career high for him. Sonny Lubick, now in his 10th year at Colorado State. He has won 75 games in his career. You see he's 2-5 against Colorado. And they did lose to the Buffaloes last year here in Denver. Lubick and his team will get started first. Colorado won the toss, but deferred. Colorado State receives. And Gary Barnett, Matt Weiner talked about it earlier. Gary Barnett has yet to win a season opener. 0-3 so far. His team's 4 games over 500 since he took over at Colorado. And we are set to go in Denver, Colorado. The visitors in white. And kickoff to Dexter Wynn, who wisely will take it and take a knee. Colorado State starting from its own 20, and they do so with Bradlee Van Pelt. Once he took over as a starter last year, the Rams went 6-3, including a win in the New Orleans Bowl. Take a look at some of the skill players. We already heard about Cecil Sapp. He has some receivers. Joey Kapari with a huge game. He and Pittman combined to do great things, but Joel Dreesen, Chris, is especially dangerous for Colorado State.
That they count on this, the H-back. He does a lot of movement. They do a lot of things to get him open and try to confuse a defense.
Colorado State, winners over Virginia last week. We expected this. Cecil Sapp only gets a couple before he is dragged down. The offensive line features a pair of pairs for Colorado State. 300-pound-plus brothers, Morgan and Eric. Mark Dreyer, the leader at center, and over on the defensive side for Colorado, you like Tyler Brayton.
Tyler Brayton's a big-time kid. He's got the skills to be an inside pass rusher from that 3 technique to beat double teams.
Gain of 2 for Sapp on that last play. Dreesen lined up in the backfield with Sapp, who can only push it forward to the 20. It's going to be 3rd and long coming up for Colorado State. Linebacker, certainly the strength of the Buffaloes defense. Senior Drew Walruse has moved from the outside to the inside. He is on the Butkus watch list, one of the best in the country. And the defensive backs for Colorado, Donald Strickland, their playmaker.
Yeah, and Medford Moore is the guy that'll come up and sting you with a purpose.
Likes to hit people.
Outstanding.
Colorado State last week against Virginia converted 47% of its third downs, just 35% last year. Here's a 3rd and 10. Van Pelt can run with the football and decides to do it, and he will be stopped well short of the first down.
That's a big series for Colorado, and let me tell you why, because they have not played a defensive series in live game action as opposed to CSU. It was important for them, for their own confidence, to come out and get the 3 and out. They set the tone right now for the CU offense.
One of the concerns for their defensive coordinator, Vince Okru, was that they would not miss tackles early, and they did a good job in that first series. Joey Huber, one of the best punters in the Mountain West last year. You see his numbers. He had a 73-yarder in the 2000 Liberty Bowl. Gets it off. Derek McCoy has to retreat. Gets it at the 19. And he is snowed under by a sea of green. That's a 54-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. Doug Heald, one of the linebackers, coming up with the play. We will see Craig Oaks. Injuries limited him to only 8 games last year at quarterback. His coaches say he's as good as new and is playing with a purpose. We already told you about the 4-headed monster. He actually has some inexperience out at the wide receiver slots.
Yeah, Brandon Drum gives him the ability to catch the ball as a fullback, which allows him to run a true West Coast offense.
Brandon Drum, they're very excited about the improvement he has made since the last offseason. Here is Colorado's first offensive play of the 2002 season. And Oaks gives it to one of the monsters. That's a 2-yard gain. Brian Save coming up to make the stop. Here is the offensive line, the big guys up front for Colorado. They have 2 starters drafted by the NFL last year. Ryan Gray and Josh Foster replace them. And here's the defensive line for Colorado State.
Andre Summersell's a big athlete out there. Can do a lot of things. Great pass rusher.
2nd and 7 now after a 3-yard gain. And again, right up the middle, just what we expected, and stretching for the first down. It's Chris Brown. Linebackers now for Colorado State. Drew Wood, one of the leaders in the middle. And the defensive backs.
Dexter Wynn's the guy to keep your eye on.
Just one starter from last year back in the backfield, and that is indeed Dexter Wynn.
He's a good one.
And there's Wynn, a playmaker. 4 receivers in for Colorado, including Jeremy Bloom. Oaks over the middle, and it's picked off. Eric Pauley, the junior from Conway Springs, Kansas, comes up with the turnover for the Rams.
Okay, the reason why it's picked off. Craig Oaks hasn't played in a regular season game with game speed. When you're a quarterback and you're going to get your first series, you want to run a short pass, and you're staring down your #1 option or your first open receiver. You see Eric Pauley right here, just read the quarterback's eyes and break in front. In fact, he had too good of a break. He almost overran him. Colorado State does just playing a short little zone, no blitz, no pressure. Eric Pauley's a natural football player. Led the Mountain West Conference in tackles last year. He has instincts. That's what makes a great linebacker.
Playing that will linebacker position, expected to be a playmaker, and Pauley did just that. 1st and 10 for the Rams on Colorado's 33, and that is all Van Pelt, and he gets a couple. Tyler Brayton able to make the stop.
Bam, I don't know if you were a fan of football back in the 40s and 30s and 50s and all that when they ran the single wing stuff. That's a little bit of what Colorado State's doing right there. They're using Van Pelt as a single wing back. He's a running back. They're trying to put 3 wide receivers out to spread the defense out to open up running lanes. But Colorado understands that because they watch film too, and they know they use him as a single wing back.
Bradlee Van Pelt, a very effective runner during his career. Got 2 on that. It's now 2nd and 8. 2nd and 7. Pass is complete to Eric Hill. A great diving catch inside the 10. Well, that's a 29-yard gain. He beat Medford Moore. The coverage was good. It was just a terrific catch by Hill.
Yeah, it was a better throw. And what they'll do is they'll come out here and they'll have trips formation. And Bradlee will run to the half roll right to isolate the corner. Right there, and that's a great throw because he throws it to a spot. He knows he's going to be there. Hill's going to be there. Bradlee Van Pelt threw it to a spot. Hill lays out, catches with his hands, does a great job.
So that sets up a first down, that 29-yard gain, a career long catch for Hill. Here is Sapp, and more yards after contact. Can he find the end zone? Yes!
Nice! See, when you work in a lumber yard, when you have a tumor on your foot and a broken leg, when you come back to play football, you realize what football means. You get that ball in your hands, you run with a vengeance, and you run with a purpose. And that's to be the best and to score points. Cecil Sapp does that.
Sapp was just bottled up, but got in for the touchdown. Babcock for the extra point. And Colorado State has taken a 7-0 lead. Cecil Sapp picking up where he left off last week, rolling his way in for the touchdown. Colorado just can't tackle the guy.
Yeah, welcome back. Vesco Field. I'll tell you what, now, when you play the first game of the year, you are going to have problems tackling. And when you tackle, you have to bring your feet. You don't stop your feet. Nobody's putting a head on him. Number 12 doesn't bring his feet. Close the gate in front of the ball, 1 step to wrap, 2 steps to squeeze, and bring your feet when you hit.
Let's go right back to Brown, and he drags a defender with him.
Yeah, he saw his boy Cecil over there breaking tackles and run hard. He said, hold on a second now. He's not the only running back in Colorado that can run with some purpose.
That was Doug Heald, the strong side linebacker, who held on for a little bit of a ride. We talked about the four-headed monster so far. It's been the one-headed monster. We've only seen Chris Brown.
I think you want to get Chris Brown involved. He's the number one monster. He's the king monster if you want a king monster.
Monstrous monster. He's a preseason All-American teams. He had a slight concussion a couple of weeks ago, but everybody with the Colorado staff says he's fine, and he looks at now. Here's Oaks, crossing pattern, and that falls incomplete. Good coverage there by Landon Jones, a free safety.
Yeah, it's only a two-man route, so Oaks only has his choice of two, so you're going to have two guys on the tight end. You'll see Landon Jones right here. Now he's going to come up and take his read and cut him off at his route. See that? He's cutting him off at his route and gets a hand up. It's a good throw by Oaks. Landon Jones, great read on the quarterback, playing a combo zone where he's going to help his corner come over and play man-to-man.
Good job by Jones, who is a starter this year for the first time. Bobby Purify now. We have the second of the four-headed monsters. Purify comes out, splits to the left. More motion, and it is handed off. And it's Jeremy Bloom's first touch as he came over from the split position. Andre Somersell coming up to make the stop.
Yeah, the one thing about running a football in college football and going over ski moguls is that the college football players hit back while the moguls, they just take the punishment. These guys hit back.
Yeah, the moguls get to your knees a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're not pursued by big guys. And Bloom was dropped. It's 4th and 3. Here's a Mariscal punt.
CSU's defense is very active. They got a lot of Ram helmets running to that football.
Mariscal's first punt was 60 yards, but Wynn brought it back 43. Let's see what Dexter does with this. This is a short one that will bounce out of bounds inside the 20. They'll mark it just at the 20-yard line. 40-yard punt, no return.
It was short because he's trying to kick away from Dexter Wynn.
Now out of the shotgun. Two tight ends in for Colorado State. And a throwback to Sapp. He gets a first down and a little bit more. Medford Moore makes a stop, but not until Sapp picks up 15 yards.
Yeah, that's kind of your inverted bubble screen. What they do is they motion to empty, get Cecil Sapp out. Now you'll see these big two hogs come out here, these two big guys. Look at the big guys going downfield, getting blocks. That's a great block right there. Cecil Sapp does a nice job of reading blocks, and again, getting positive yards. That's a great call, by the way, by Hammerschmidt, the offensive coordinator. McDan up there, checking it out.
Now he rolls out. Good coverage downfield. Strickland is all over Joey Kapari, and Van Pelt wisely throws it away.
Maybe a bootleg, often set up by play action. You know, even when Colorado State doesn't have success running the football, they're still going to run the ball because so much of their offense is predicated off play action passing. He's not going to kill you at being a drop back passer 30 times a game. He will kill you when he has the ability to get on a corner and have an option to hurt you with his arm or his feet.
Colorado State, all that motion and shifting, and Vince Okru, the defensive coordinator for Colorado, says that's eyewash. We don't even want to pay attention to that.
Smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Sapp gets it again. And doesn't have much room this time. He is finally bowled under for a loss. Tyler Brayton, the first guy to come up and lay a hitting on him.
And Tyler Brayton should go ahead and give his buddy Sean Tufts a high five, because Sean Tufts gets penetration, forces Cecil Sapp to cut back into the pursuit, where Big Tyler comes and finishes him off. It's a good job by Sean Tufts. He gets a good read, and he's going to go up and take out the inside shoulder, force the ball inside. And that's a great play by a linebacker. Why? Because he makes contact behind the line of scrimmage, not 2 yards down the field, but behind the line of scrimmage, letting his pursuit come make a play.
So another linebacker does the work, and the lineman gets the credit. But Tufts setting up that 5-yard loss. First loss on offense of the day for Colorado State. Tons of time for Van Pelt, and he finds his target for a first down. That's Chris Pittman. 19 yards on the gain. Strickland was beaten on that play, and boy, Van Pelt certainly has better touch than we saw last year.
Yeah, you'll see right here. Now Bradlee's going to, this is his drop back pass. It's a 7-step drop. It's 7-step drop because he's got to throw the ball downfield. Now Strickland's not in bad position. Right there's the guy. He's got to get back and help his buddy. See, he's jumping on short routes. Strickland's playing a little deep third. He's not going to give up the deep route. His buddy's got to get back there and help him out.
Colorado State knows Strickland well. He intercepted a pass minute into last year's game, took it in 31 yards for the touchdown. Colorado's rout over Colorado State. Sapp runs into one of his own guys and is buried right at the line of scrimmage. Medford Moore coming up from his safety spot to stuff it.
It's Mike Brazil took the place for Aaron Green. Might have been confused on the running play because he's in the backfield. He's got to be getting some push downfield.
Sapp's numbers not too impressive, only a 2.4-yard average. And Brazil is a true freshman, taking that spot from Aaron Green, and as you said, he seemed to get a little confused and ran into his own guy. Last play of the first quarter, Van Pelt wings it towards the sidelines, too high for Kapari. 6'1", not quite tall enough to bring it in. Phil Jackson on the coverage. So Colorado State gets the touchdown. Cecil Sapp with an 8-yard run. And that has given them the 7-0 lead over Colorado. Third down coming up for Colorado State. When we return to Denver, it's always good to eat. Colorado State with that Cecil Sapp run leading 7-0 over Colorado. Colorado coming in as the 6th-ranked team in the country. 3rd and 10 now for the Rams. Van Pelt airing it out, looking for Kapari over his shoulder. And is it a catch? They confer? No!
That's all right. You know what?
That's all right. I know Colorado State fans won't think so.
It's a good job by the officials conferring and make sure one doesn't call one thing, one doesn't call the other. We'll see if they're right, because we'll have the advantage of replay. It's a well-thrown ball because he places it on the outside shoulder. And if he got out of the way, it looked like a catch to me. But
wow.
Again, we'll see it on this angle. Yeah, his foot's in. That's a catch. They missed that one.
Boy, that was a terrific effort by Joey Kapari, the senior from California. Had only 6 catches all of last year. Derek McCoy back as Joey Huber tries to sky one. And it hits near the 10-yard line. Impression. There's a series here. They first played in February of 1893. I didn't know they played football in February in Colorado. Chris Brown breaks a couple of tackles and gets the ball past the 15. That's an 8-yard gain. David Vickers coming up to make the stop.
It's good power running by Chris Brown, and I would like to see them. Look, I think in order for Colorado to win this football game, Craig Oaks has got to get on track. They're letting him run the football, hopefully set some play action passes up so he can throw the football downfield. If he can't throw to win, he's not going to win. Right now, he's 2 for 6 for 18 yards.
You see the total yards, Chris, as Colorado is being outgained and outscored 7-0. More power football, a fumble by Brown. Adam Wade is near it for Colorado State. As is Dexter Wynn. And Colorado State recovers it. Dexter Wynn on top of the football. Eric Pauley punched it out.
Yeah, there goes that pile. A lot of things happen under that pile.
And that was Wynn the whole way making that play after Pauley came up.
I think the ground causes this fumble. See the ground? See, that's not a fumble. He is down. That's 2 calls. Now, granted, it's the official's first game, but that's 2 calls. This is a costly one because of field position. Right there, Drew Wood does a good job, and he's down. Like, you cannot make a call that obvious and not get it right. I can understand the incompletion, but this one, you got to get right. The ball caused the fumble. No good. Illegal. Not allowed to do that. Grounds can't cause fumbles. They don't have arms. They can't strip the ball.
Of course, there is no instant replay in college football, so Colorado State gets a break and gets it first down from the 20. There's Sapp. He's going nowhere. Maybe 9 Heist coming up to make the stop.
Yeah, well, they need instant replay. And let me say this, though. Now, Colorado can do 1 of 2 things, okay? They can take that and say, all right, it's a negative. We got a bad call, fine. Or they can say, hey, let's go. Let's rally around each other. It's not going our way. What are we going to do? We got 2 choices here, fight or fold. Let's see how they respond to sudden change.
Well, 9 Heist responded very nicely coming up with that stop as Sapp was pushed back. 2nd and 10 now. Van Pelt keeps it, and he sneaks inside the 10 for a Colorado State first down. Another first down for Colorado State. BC and Connecticut, great rivals in basketball, and starting a rivalry now in football. First down from the 9. Sapp, bang. You can hear the pads pop from up here. Tyler Brayton getting him, Chris.
Tyler Brayton's a big-time football player, and that time he got penetration, beat his guy inside. Now, if you're the offensive lineman for Colorado, you don't want to let him inside. You see Tyler Brayton come right down here and get behind the line of scrimmage. He beat him inside. He can't give up that inside. Then he puts his head on the ball, then wraps him up with those big arms. That's great effort, Tyler Brayton. Outstanding. Man.
Big-time football. Speed player, actually, is Brayton. Got a lot of speed. They think he might be a little light as a defensive tackle, about 270 or so. He's 6'6", and that was a heck of a hit. 2nd and goal now. Might have lost about 6 inches on that play. Van Pelt airs it out for Dreesen, and he is dropped at the 2. Joel Dreesen hit by Medford Moore, and that is the very talented sophomore that they are so excited about at Colorado State.
Yeah, they're going to have a little pick right here. You'll see the pick right there, and he's going to sit down on an option route. They'll get him in the flat. They like Joel Dreesen in the red area. And again, as soon as he gets the ball, the one thing he does well is he does not waste time turning his shoulders and getting downfield. He knows how to get it and have a nice little burst to get extra yards after the catch.
Dreesen gets it down to the 2, where it is 3rd and goal. Van Pelt giving it up to Sapp, and he finds the end zone for the 2nd time today.
You got to bring your feet when you hit a 220-pound back. Until they bring their feet, he's going to run over people because he's coming off of a lumberyard job, a broken leg, and a tumor. He's not going to go down easy. You got to figure that out.
Sapp's 2nd touchdown run of the day. Babcock to make it 14-0. It bangs off the goalpost, no good.
Put that one in the memory banks right there, because we got a missed field goal and a missed extra point.
Babcock perfect last week, and says, shucks, I missed that one. Talk about perfect. Cecil Sapp is showing that he is still the power back. Colorado State up on number 6 Colorado, 13-0. We salute the airmen assigned to the United States Air Forces in Europe watching this telecast on the American Forces Network, including members of the 510 Fighter Squadron at Aviano Air Base in Italy who keep the F-16s flying. And believe me, we appreciate everything you do over there, guys.
Absolutely.
And Babcock misses the extra point, but bangs that the kickoff. Robbie Purify is the tailback. You see McCoy in motion coming towards the line. Give it to Purify, and he gets absolutely nothing. Got to lose a little bit.
Again, that's penetration, quickness by the Colorado State defensive line, getting in there and hitting Purify before he has an opportunity to even see a hole. That's a zone running play.
You know, excuse me. I was just going to say Adam Wade made the stop.
Purify will have an option on a zone running play to find his hole. But if you do not knock people back, there's no options. Options are dead. Goodbye.
And Adam Wade was the guy who did it there, Chris. He did not play last week against Virginia, suspended for his part in a dorm fight in February. And that carry taken by Purify, and he picks up yardage up to the 27. Give him 8.
Yeah, Larry Kerr's all right with them running the football. Why? Because it keeps the clock running. You're down to 2:52 and counting. Eventually, Colorado has got to put the ball in the air to loosen up this defense. You got to have some type of threat of throwing the football.
That was not Purify, the Chris Brown, 22, not 42, who got the ball in position now for a 3rd and 3. Colorado desperately needing to do something before the half. Brian Calhoun, there's the freshman in the backfield, and he has stopped Adam Wade coming up to make the stop.
Okay, the one thing Brian Calhoun is going to notice the difference between high school football and college football is the speed and pursuit of players on defense. It looked right there like he had an opening. You'll see Wade from his linebacker position come out of nowhere, and he does a good job of closing the gate in front of the ball, forcing him to stop his feet, knowing that your pursuit's coming from the inside.
Wade playing like a guy, Chris, who did not get to play last week. He's anxious to get out there and hit somebody.
No, he needs to now. He's a big player for them. They count on him. They'll count on him as the season progresses.
Another big player, Dexter Wynn, back at his 25 as Mariscal punts for the 4th time. And this time they punt it to him. Wynn, not far, he fumbles it, but Colorado State picks it up. So the Rams, that's Rhett Nelson who was there to pick it up. As they avoid what could have been disaster, Colorado would have finally gotten good field position, but Nelson bailed out Wynn. Nothing like watching football. Minute 32 left. Let's see if Colorado State can get on the board again. Van Pelt airing it out up top. Too high for Kapari.
See, Colorado does not need to honor the play action fake right now. If I was a defense coordinator, I said, boys, pick your ears back and come get it. They're not going to run the ball. They're on a 2-minute drill.
Dreesen coming up close to Van Pelt. Here's Sapp running it. Breaking tackles all over the place into Colorado territory for the 1st down.
Unless you have Cecil Sapp, then you can just run the football. But that play should have been stopped for nothing. But again, missed tackles. And I'm going to emphasize this again because I know kids are watching. When you tackle, you come and see what you hit. You put your head through his jaw, and you bring your feet. If you're not going to do it, roll blocking went out, and stopping your feet and going to your knees never was in. You'll see Cecil Sapp here, right here. We have a chance right there. Missed tackle, 1. Missed tackle, 2. Let me clear that. 3 missed tackles, 4 missed tackles. He overran, you know, that's getting me nasty. That's getting nasty down there.
Well, that was a 16-yard gain for Sapp. And that is a completion to Kapari, who dances around. And Colorado State continues to move the ball downfield. That's a 21-yard gain.
Now, Pam, let me say this about Bradlee Van Pelt. I had him in the New Orleans Bowl last year. And the one thing I noticed was he rushed things a little bit. And the biggest difference is not only his ability to throw the ball downfield, but his composure. And composure shows in 2-minute drill, and that's what he's showing me right now.
He says it's like night and day for him between now and last year, not putting so much pressure on himself. 1st and 10 from the 27, looking in the end zone for Hill, and that's too far.
Even though that was too far, he threw it the right place. He threw it right to that back orange cone in the end zone, knowing Hill was going to end up there.
And Phil Jackson on the coverage, but either Hill was going to catch it or nobody, so that brings up a 2nd and 10 now.
And that's a conscious decision a quarterback makes, because you do not want to have a turnover down here in the red area, again, when you have opportunity to put points on the board.
2 receivers to the left of Van Pelt, who keeps it. He gets little to nothing.
Sean Tuff's coming up from his linebacker, defending the speed option. Again, a speed option is no fake. Bradlee Van Pelt will take the ball right down to the line of scrimmage, have the option to run or pitch.
Colorado State has taken a timeout. 26 seconds left to go. They have a big 3rd down coming up. Back in Denver, where Sonny Lubick and his crew are upsetting Colorado now. They have a big 3rd down. 3rd and 9 from the 26, Chris.
It is a big 3rd down. Again, if they don't get the 1st down, that's all right. You want to get position. At least you want to protect the football so you don't throw away a field goal opportunity.
Jeff Babcock hit a 46-yarder last week at Virginia. Van Pelt looking left all the way, has to change his mind and take off. And he is stopped short of the 1st down. Inside the 20, the clock keeps rolling. Remember, Colorado State does not have any timeouts. So they rush Babcock out on the field.
It's a good decision. You work this every week in practice. They got to get lined up.
They just get it off. Babcock's kick is no good. So Jeff Babcock, who was 5 for 5 last week at Virginia, unable to come up with a 37-yard field goal.
He was rushed just a little bit, but let me tell you what, that was a good job because they did get out on the field and they got the ball off. That's something that's worked every day in practice.
All right, so Colorado down by 13 at the half. Rob Stone is with Colorado's head coach. Rob?
Coach, what adjustments do you plan on making as you head into that 2nd half?
Well, I don't know. You got to tackle. That's number 1. I don't know if we'll make any adjustments there. 2, we're just, we're a block away from or a stumble away from doing something on offense. But big thing is we got to get our defense off the field. They're getting tired, and we're not doing anything on offense. So,
passing game has been relatively ineffective. Any thoughts to make a change this early in the season?
with a quarterback? Oh, give me a break. You guys are unbelievable.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Wow, so Craig Oaks is the quarterback, and he has really not done a whole lot. Neither is the Colorado offense. Down 13-0 at the half here in Denver. Let's take it back now to Matt Weiner for the Saturn halftime report. Pam Ward and Chris Spielman, along with you, Rob Stone, is down on the field, and the Colorado offense has been struggling, to say the least. Craig Oaks has only completed 2 passes, none to his wide receivers.
Well, look, in today's day and age of football, Pam, you got to be able to throw to run. I don't care how good you are at running the football. You have to set up the run with throwing the football. Thus far, Craig Oaks has been ineffective putting the ball downfield.
He has completed a pass to Chris Brown, one of his tailbacks, and also to his fullback Brandon Drum. That is it. And one question mark coming into the season for Colorado was its wide receivers. They had Daniel Graham last year, the tight end, who caught a ton of passes. Derek McCoy has 30 career catches. John Donahoe just 1, and that's it for the wide receivers. Second half underway. Roderick Sneed gets the kickoff, and he is tackled around the 20-yard line. First half statistics are weighted, as one might suspect, in favor of Colorado State.
See right here, we already addressed that. And this one down here could come back. Two missed field goals and a missed extra point. That's something to keep in the memory banks.
And it's 2 turnovers for Colorado. The interception on Craig Oaks' first pass of the game. Chris Brown is the tailback for Colorado. See if they can get something started on offense. Little play action. Oaks, there's his first completion to a wide receiver. That's McCoy. And he is stopped right near the 30-yard line. And they finally whistle him down. Dexter Wynn coming up to make the stop. That is indeed a first down for the Buffaloes.
And that's more importantly, that's good for Craig Oaks' confidence in his teammates to have confidence in Craig Oaks. See, they bring him over here, fake like they're going to seal the backside on a run block, sneak him out in the flat, nice bootleg. Now he turns the ball upfield and does a good job, but that's a nice play call by Gary Barnett and his staff to get Craig Oaks started, get him some action, let him throw the football.
McMahon did have 30 catches last year, second best on the team. There's Brown breaking free. Some rare daylight for him, and Colorado has 2 first downs on 2 plays here in the second half. Dexter Wynn makes the stop, but Brown picks up a dozen.
When you come up with a lead draw and you give Brown the opportunity to choose his hole, and right there you saw a great lead block. And it's essential that the lead blocker, Drum, for Colorado is having a good game. If he's having a good game, his running backs are having a good game.
Purified doesn't get a whole heck of a lot. Eric Pauley comes up and meets him. Thank you, Matt. Exciting game in Ann Arbor. Colorado trying to put some excitement into this game in Denver. Oaks forcing it downfield, and it is incomplete. Had a couple of receivers in that area, but Eric Pauley was there, and Brian Save pressuring Oaks, who made that throw.
Yeah, Eric Pauley came up and gave Oaks a nice little slobber knocker. But Oaks has got to make a decision now. You know there's nobody open. You don't want to force things. You still have a manageable third down. Throw the ball away. Here comes a slobber knocker. Right there's a slobber knocker, see? and the coach got a slobber. Ball boy got slobber knocker, but he held on to the football. That's good ball security. He's got to get that over to Chris Brown and say, look, here's how you hold on to the football when you get tacked. But throw the ball away. Don't throw it into coverage, not when you have field position.
He was fortunate that that one fell incomplete. Patrick Goodpaster also with a slobber knocker early on one of the linemen. Third down. And that is Bo Williams, the tight end. He is stopped short of the first down, a couple of yards short. Benny Mastropalo coming up. The junior from California had a great game, a couple of big plays last week at Virginia. Decision time now.
And Brome has a leg. We saw him knock one in from 55 during warm-ups, but I think right now you got to get something going. I like the call to go. I want to see them get Oaks out on the perimeter and give him kind of an option. Look for a little read route by the tight end. Colorado State's going to have a lot of people up the line of scrimmage. You see 9 of them close by in the box.
Give it right up to Brown, and he comes through with the first down. Chris Brown, who, you take away those 2 fumbles that he had, he actually has run the ball fairly well. He now has 70 yards on 15 carries.
Well, that first down was on Chris Brown. That was a great effort by him in breaking through tackles, because actually Eric Pauley, the guy that's been very active for Colorado State, hit him behind the line of scrimmage. But Brown, knowing what it means for his team, dug a little deep and got the first down.
So Colorado on the 31 now. They had gotten down in their previous best drive to the 18 before Brown fumbled. Albie Purify is now lined up behind Brandon Drum, the fullback. McCoy and Donahoe, the receivers. Oaks looking for McCoy, who breaks free. And even had he caught it, it would have been an incomplete pass because Oaks threw it too wide. Rhett Nelson was on the coverage.
Yeah, David Vickers came on a blitz from a strong safety position. Oaks did a nice job of setting the ball up, and the offensive line did a nice job of setting the ball up. Oaks did a good job of finding the open receiver. The only thing he didn't do was deliver the ball to Derek McCoy, who ran an out and up. Now, if I'm Larry Kerr, I'm looking in my corner. Dude, you're in cover 3. You're deep as the deepest. Do not jump the outcut. And that's what happened. Blown opportunity by Craig Oaks. He got to deliver that football.
And McCoy did a good job of getting separation as Purify takes it up the gut for about 3. Talked a lot about the 4-headed monster coming into this, the 4 tailbacks for Colorado. Let's see what they've done today. You see Chris Brown, of course, Marcus Houston went out with the hurt knee earlier in the first half. Purify and Calhoun so far just 6 yards between them. And Brown happy with the 71 yards, but again, those 2 fumbles have really wreaked havoc on what Colorado has wanted to do today.
It's tough to run a football on a consistent basis when you have 8, 9 people in the box. Larry Kerr told us he was a cover 2 coach. Well, not today, because they're running the football. He's been playing a lot of cover 3 or 8-man fronts to get the extra player in the box to stop the run.
All right, Chris, 3 wide receivers for Colorado on 3rd and 7. McCoy in motion. Oaks looking all the way to Monte, who gets it, but he is short of the first down marker. At least from where we are sitting, it appears that they are short. Big spot coming up.
I like the route. Run a quick inside route now. If I'm the receiver, I got to understand where the sticks are. I need to take my route, push my route up the field. You see right here, see, he's got to come up here a little bit more. Even though Dexter Wynn's reading it, he's got to push his route up the field to the 6. They have another big 4th down call. Last time they called Chris Brown's number.
That's right. So the second 4th down on this drive, Brown was able to pick up a couple when they needed it earlier.
You got to run your route to the sticks. So I don't care what the scenario is. 3rd down, get to the sticks.
And Brown is the tailback behind Drum. Everybody packed up. Big, big hole. Brown gets the 1st down and a whole lot more. That is Colorado's deepest penetration of this football game. They got it down on the 12.
Yeah, he got a great block from Brandon Drum on the lead. That's an old isolation play. And what happens is Brandon Drum got to the linebacker. You see Brandon Drum. See, he's getting the linebacker 2 yards down the field. Drew Wood's got to step up there and be a little more stout. You can't meet a guy on 4th and 1, 2 yards behind the ball. You got to meet him 4th and 1 on their side of the line of scrimmage.
And Drum helping to clear the way to the 1st down as we head to the 1-minute mark here in the 3rd. Oakes to Donahoe, but just throws it away. All right, Zach Mills with a solid game. Couple of touchdown passes for him. And Penn State struggling, but getting the victory over Central Florida. 10th play of the drive. Purify. Outside, looking for the sticks. Dives. He's not in. In fact, stepped out of bounds. They're going to mark it around the 5.
And that's what they call the power play. And why it's a power play, because you have 2 lead blockers. You're going to have your fullback as 1 lead blocker and the guard as the other lead blocker. Purify is able to get outside contained. He did step out behind the yard marker, but that's an excellent job of getting to the corner and getting outside. And it's a good call because the motion, it rotates the defense. They have 2 lead blockers to the weak side of the defense and break contain.
We talked about Purify. He actually was the 2nd leading rusher last year, only 30 yards fewer than Chris Brown, 916 yards. 3rd and 3. There's Brown, and he is stopped short. Landon Jones has lost his helmet. David Vickers helping to come up and make the stop along with Jones, hatless.
Yeah, that was a good job by David Vickers in bringing his feet. You'll see. Right here, David Vickers coming in, and bam, watch him close the gate. Brought his feet. Landon Turner, nice job, Landon Turner. A safety hitting a tailback like that. That's it, clap your hands, boy, you deserve it. Now give your teammates 5.
2 for 2, converting 4th down so far on this drive. Brown doesn't get it. Ball on the ground. Looks like Colorado has indeed recovered. John Donahoe, the wide receiver, was over there. And that just looked like a bad handoff. Don't know if you could fault Brown on that one.
Craig Oaks didn't get him the football.
The offensive team fumbled the ball on 4th down. By rule, only the fumbler can recover the ball. The ball goes back to the spot of the fumble. 1st down, Colorado State.
So they put that rule in so that you can't fumble forward. And it's another turnover.
You see, they run the play and they have the 1st down right there. But Chris Brown never got the football. And again, it's mistakes. It's fundamentals. And before the game, I'm watching the 4-headed monster during warm-ups. They worked that drill of handing the ball off 75 times. And you got to be able to execute your fundamentals under pressure. If you can't execute your fundamentals under pressure, you're going to fold under pressure. You're not going to win a ball game. They blow an opportunity to get any points on the board in the red area. Now their defense has to come up big to create some field position for their offense to try again.
Boy, that is 2 times, Chris, now that they have gotten close. First on the 18, and then they get it right to around the 2 and caught the ball up. So on downs comes Cecil Sapp, getting it out of harm's way. Donald Strickland finally making the stop from his corner position. And Sapp is the bread and butter of this Colorado State offense.
Well, Colorado's defense wasn't gap sound, and Colorado State's offensive line does a great job. They're well rested. They cut off the defensive pursuit. That means they get hooked. They hook the guys. Don't let the defense get on the upfield shoulder of the offensive line. When that happens, you're going to have positive yardage by your running back.
And that time it was positive 12 yards for Cecil. He has 57 yards on 18 carries and both touchdowns in this game. There was a missed extra point. That's why it's 13-0.
More important, it gives them some field position and some room to work.
Sapp doesn't get it this time. Van Pelt airing it to Kapari, and it is almost intercepted. Tyler Brayton with the pressure. Medford Mora was back there. Got his hand on the football.
Yeah, they hit that same play on Virginia last week for 6, and what it is, it's a speed option like we talked about, but they'll come out and throw the pass. Now that was on Kapari. Why? Because Kapari's head, he didn't turn back and look for the football. He ran downfield without knowing whether he was on the field and looked back to see where the ball was. We're almost a great opportunity for Colorado to get a turnover. You get your hands on the ball, you got to make a catch of. If you're offense or defense, that's the rule. If you get a hangnail on it, you got to bring it in.
You touch it, it should be yours.
Absolutely.
7 seconds left here in the third. Should be the final play of the quarter. Pelt looking for Sapp, had to double clutch, and that was a wobbler that falls incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Colorado came with some pressure from the defensive back that time as safety, Roderick Sneed. And why I say that, it's easy to see because when you see big number 97, Gabe
Nineheis.
Yeah, excuse me, Gabe Nineheis coming out in coverage on Cecil Sapp. That's a great job.
Now it is 3rd and 10 for Colorado State. As Kapari heads off to the sidelines. Henry Child split wide left. Got Chris Pittman next to him. Van Pelt looking for Dreesen, and boy, that's a lot of pressure. Nineheis again, Chris.
Yeah, Gabe Nineheis has brought his game the second half because that's 3 big plays he's had major impacts on. Right there, just getting pressure, forcing Bradlee Van Pelt to throw the ball early.
So Nineheis coming up with a couple of big plays here. Colorado going to get the football back. They've had heartbreak all afternoon. Another turnover, and they have nothing on the board. You get to see Jeremy Bloom for the first time in a punt return role. Very exciting young man, and offensive coordinator Sean Watson says he's the fastest guy on the team. Joey Huber in for his 5th punt of the day for Colorado State. Bloom from the 24. Showing that speed.
He's got a wall.
Huber gets blocked. Bloom goes by for the touchdown. What a debut for Bloom.
All of a sudden, that 6-figure endorsement contract is worth nothing for the feeling he gets from returning the touchdown for his beloved CU Buffaloes. Not a way to step up and make a play, young man.
That is a 75-yard punt return. You're right, a priceless feeling. You can't put a price tag on that. We expected great things from Bloom. The first time he touches the ball as a punt returner, he takes it in. The extra point is good. 75 yards later, Jeremy Bloom takes it in, and Colorado is only down 13-7.
You're going to see a wall of Colorado. There's a block right there. You'll see a wall of guys. Say, hey, get to the next level. Block somebody at the next level. That's a great job. And I guarantee you, this is a nice cutback, Jeremy. Way to see the field, young man. And that'll drive Sonny Lubeck crazy. He takes pride in his special teams. Colorado punches him back in the mouth. Here's some special teams for you, Sonny. Right here. Vision. Knowing where you're going. Setting up your blocks. Set it inside. Make a little. Give a leg. Take it away. There you go.
Bloom is a 20-year-old freshman, said he dreamed of being John Elway when he was a kid growing up in Colorado. His dad, Larry, is a professor at Colorado State, but has season tickets for Colorado.
I think half his dreams were being that Franz Klammer guy, man. Wasn't he a skier?
Yeah, Franz was
okay.
he was a downhill skier, right.
He didn't do the bumps?
He was an Austrian guy. No, they didn't do the bumps back then.
Right.
That was pre-bump. There's Elway, of course, in this ring of honor here. Elway never played in this stadium. Played next door. It's not here anymore, the old Mile High. This is a beautiful facility in Denver. And the Colorado fans finally have something to cheer about. And that kickoff will go out of bounds. Big miss there as Cecil Sapp gets it here for Colorado State.
Okay, we got a chess match going on here. Let me tell you why. Vince Okru, the defensive coordinator, knows that Colorado State's going to settle down and try to run the football.
About 100 degrees down on the field, Chris, and they were playing in 97-degree heat with oppressive humidity in Charlottesville last week. 2nd and 8. And Childs is indeed the lone back, so give it to Van Pelt. Might be the second best runner on this team, and he picks up 5.
See, why that play is working is because nobody's attacking Van Pelt. You have to get to the quarterback quick. In my opinion, this is just a difference in philosophy in some people. I like to get the quarterback, force him to make a decision either to run or pitch. When you give him a two-way go and stretch the field like that, he's a good enough athlete and a good enough runner with the football where he can hurt you.
Dreesen in motion. Give it to the guy. Sack cuts inside, and he is stopped short. DeAndre Fluellen among the Buffaloes who come up and make a hit. We have another helmet on the field.
That's Cecil's helmet, and I'll tell you why. Because for the first time, when the Colorado defense needed a big stop on short yardage, they had more than one gold helmet come to the football. They had 8 gold helmets come to the football.
Colorado State had been 4 for 6 on 3rd downs, less than 5 to go, and that time they do not convert. Here he is, Jeremy Bloom. 75-yard punt return the last time he got it. His 2nd touch of the day. He got nothing on a reverse earlier. Huber gets it away. Bloom. As Bloom gets a couple. Bloom is a gutty kid. He's not that big, but he's made the big play for Colorado. Let's see what their offense can do. Jeremy Bloom with the 18th longest punt return in Colorado history. A 75-yarder has gotten the Buffs to within 6 as they take the ball again. 1st down. Purify gets a couple. So 3rd and long coming up for the Buffaloes, who have gotten close a couple of times.
Okay, that's that power roll play again where you're getting 2 lead blockers, but the problem is the 2nd lead blocker, the pulling guard, is not getting to the next level. The 8-man front is designed to have 1 man free all the time. He's got to be a good tackler. For that Colorado State Ram defense, that man's David Vickers. He came up and made a solid hit because nobody blocked him because it's a well-executed team defense.
Defense.
Right there. Good play, David.
All right, run by Larry Kerr, the defensive coordinator, who's been around 10 years in charge of that defense up in Fort Collins. Colorado, there's a good look at Larry. He said he looked at some of those game films from Colorado last year when they beat Nebraska, beat Texas. He said it's like watching a horror story.
Yeah, it is.
Especially that 62-36 number in which Chris Brown scored 6 touchdowns. But boys, he done a good job with his D today.
Yeah, you know what? And he said we're going to play the run. They ran for 314 yards on us last year, embarrassed us. We'll stop them this year.
Little play action. Oaks throws it short to his tight end, Bo Williams. That is incomplete. 3rd and 8. Colorado just 2 for 11 on those conversions today. Oaks, decisions, and he gets the crosser to John Donahoe. And Donahoe is finally pushed out at the 18-yard line by Dexter Wynn.
All right, I got to go fast, so pay attention because there's a lot of good things that happen for Colorado and a lot of bad things. The good things that happen right here is Craig Oaks doesn't panic. He doesn't took the ball down to try to run. His eyes stay downfield. Now, if you're Colorado State, you know it's 3rd and 8, and you see the quarterback not a threat to run, what you have to do is get depth, understanding where the deepest wide receivers is. If you don't have depth, you have no chance of stopping that play. That's a great job by Craig Oaks to stay patient, buying time to throw the football downfield.
45-yard game, Chris. Take it back to the tailback, Purify, who's getting the bulk of the work here in the 4th quarter. If you were not with us earlier, Marcus Houston went out in the 1st half with a dinged-up knee, and Chris Brown has a couple of fumbles, so Purify now is the guy getting the bulk of the work.
You need to be aware of the situation on the field. If there's nobody in front of you as a linebacker, get your depth because there's going to be somebody coming behind. Don't be in a hurry to jump.
2nd and 8. Drew Wood in the middle backer position for Colorado State. Purify again. Gets around the would-be tackler and heads close to the goal line. That's a first down at the 2. 14 yards for Purify.
That's a great job of Purify, not giving up on the play and keeping his legs moving. You'll see right here, again, this is a design cutback. Right there's a cutoff block. It's a design cutback. Drew Wood, you have to put your helmet on him. If you don't put your helmet on him, you don't have a chance. And again, giving a blow to Landon Turner instead of accepting the blow from Landon Turner. All right, this is where they fumble now. They got Chris Brown back in there.
First and goal. Can Brown deliver? Yes! Touchdown, and Colorado has tied it. State defense finally gives up a score. The first offensive touchdown for Colorado.
They've been getting their tough yards behind Brandon Drum all day.
It's the big fullback getting it done. Brome for the extra point and the lead. You betcha. So Colorado, plagued by miscues and turnovers, finally converts. Chris Brown got to be relieved and ecstatic. Buffs lead. Bringing it out is Wynn, and he gets clotheslined at the 15. Boy, what a hit. It's like James Gary. Yes, it is. Gary, the freshman defensive end, making a team's play. Wynn had 3 kickoff returns for 89 yards last week, including a 36-yarder against Virginia. Van Pelt in the air near the first down marker. Chris Pittman gathers it in. And it is a first down for Colorado State, an 11-yard gain. Well, that's a big throw on first down for Van Pelt.
It is a big throw, and the only problem with that, and it could come back to haunt him, is that Pittman didn't come back for that football. He's got to come back a little bit to get that ball because there's guys breaking on that ball. He's set down for it a little bit. You need to come back when it's low like that.
Like Pittman among the wide receivers that didn't get a lot of action last year. Boy, Van Pelt escapes and makes something out of nothing. Between 6 and 7 on that game. This is a guy last year when Cecil Sapp went down with the injury early in the year when DJ Bush was the #1 quarterback. Colorado State considered and moving Van Pelt to running back. He said he was thinking about it, and DJ Bush continued to struggle, and he became the quarterback. So fortunately, it didn't have to come down to that kind of a decision. Take a look at Bradlee's numbers. 51 yards on the ground. Second and 4, gets it off just in time to Sapp. That's another first down for the Rams.
Now that's a designed play. It's a swing screen, and what it is the receivers are blocking downfield on the snap, so it's a designed swing screen.
So you see Strickland being taken away, suffering from the heat here.
We saw that coming on. We saw him stretching in between plays, trying to alleviate cramping.
Pressure on the quarterback, Van Pelt. Good job of dishing it off. That's a first down. Give it right back to Cecil. Big yards up the middle. He just bulls into Colorado territory. 13 yards and another first down.
That's a great job by that offensive line, opening up the holes. And what they're doing is they're motioning into trips, trying to get Colorado's defense to go ahead and adjust to the motion by bringing the safety up. Cecil Sapp is taking it up and cutting it back and hitting it inside, and the offensive line is doing a consistent job of staying on their blocks longer. John Benton told us that's what he wanted out of those guys, to stay on their blocks longer, and they're doing it today.
Remember, they're doing it without Aaron Green. One of their starting tackles broke a leg bone early in this game. Sapp again. Medford Moore is going to see Cecil Sapp, I think, in his sleep tonight, as he just keeps meeting up with Cecil in that defensive backfield.
Well, when you're 6'8", 310 pounds like Morgan Pears, even if you don't hit anybody, you get in the vision of people. That time it was the power play to the strong side, and Cecil cut it back behind Morgan Pears because nobody could see Cecil because Morgan is as big as a house and blocked everybody out.
How about that? 6'8", about 310. That's a big boy. Sapp has 80 yards on the ground. 2nd and 4. Van Pelt got Kapari for yet another first down, and this Colorado State offense, stagnant in the 3rd quarter, is clicking. 16 yards that time.
And what they're doing is they're hitting the weak side of the zone. The linebackers are not getting underneath the coverage, and you're seeing they're spreading the field out. They'll put a guy in the flat here, forcing this guy to jump the flat where he's got to be back here in the curl. You want to give up the one in the flat. You want to take away the curl route. The flat route's a short one. The curl's a deep one. You cover in zone from deep to short, not short to deep.
Kapari takes a breather. He has 60 yards on 3 catches. 1st and 10 from the 23. Colorado State down 1. Here's Bradlee's running ability. He's in the open, and Bradlee Van Pelt gets Colorado State the lead right back. That is a 23-yard touchdown run for the junior from Santa Barbara.
Well, they come with the speed option, and again, and how they do it is they're able to get a helmet on a helmet. And when you do a lot of motion, sometimes you confuse the defense, and you should never have a helmet on a helmet. And Bradlee Van Pelt, although not super fast, very elusive and able to make cuts.
So Colorado State, remember, missed an extra point earlier. So now up 19-14, they're going to go for 2 to try to go up by a touchdown and an extra point. A couple of receivers stacked on the right side. Van Pelt lofts it for Kapari, and that is incomplete. So it's a 5-point lead, excuse me, for Colorado State. Great way to respond after Colorado took the lead. And Bradlee Van Pelt, Michigan State wanted him to be a safety. Colorado State considered making him a running back, and he shows you that talent. 6'3", 220.
He makes good decisions with the football. And again, right here, there's a speed option. He had somebody on the pitch. We have missed tackles. Again, Gary Barnett talked about that. Oh, he threw the ball at the defensive back there. Got away with one.
Yeah, it was Roderick Sneed. I saw that originally, and he was lucky he was not whistled and flagged for that. Van Pelt seems to be in a little bit of pain as he sits down.
Colorado State showed me something right there. Didn't panic, kept their composure, and responded to the punch in the face that they got with their own punch back. And
that's a punch as that kick goes through the end zone. Touchback, Colorado has it on the 20. Colorado down 5. Here's Chris Brown. Take it back to your strength, and that's the tailback position. He picks up about 5.
You're going to go ahead and give that run up. Keeps the clock moving if you're Colorado State. You want to make sure you secure the tackle.
You take a look at the rushing in the 4th quarter, and this is what having 3 or 4 good tailbacks can do for you. Is you're usually able to wear down your opponents, but today it's been Bradlee Van Pelt and Cecil Sapp doing most of the work on the other side of the football.
Well, Larry Kerr knew the mission. In order to win this football game, the one thing he needed to do was stop the run.
It's Brown this time for 3. LPGA State Farm Classic women's golf coming up next on ESPN2. And this is where you have to wonder. I know they're down 5 as we were inside 4 minutes. Colorado has not so far shown an ability to be a quick strike offense, obviously.
Well, they hit the big 45-yarder on the last scoring drive, but right now they're just trying to grind the ball out. And the time to throw the ball is on 1st and 2nd down. Now you're at 3rd and 3. You're in a manageable 3rd down. But guess what? Colorado State knows the clock is working with them.
Plenty of time for Oaks over the middle for McCoy, and that is a first down inside Colorado State territory. 19 yards that time.
That's a good job of protection, and McCoy recognizes man-to-man coverage and gets inside of the defender. That's a great job. He gave him a little leg, took it back, does a good job of adjusting, showing athletic ability, coming behind his body to make the catch.
McCoy, 4 catches for 75 yards. Got that one in front of Benny Mastrapolo, who's a nickelback from Colorado State. Oaks, boy, Wood was unable to grab him, and now Oaks takes off and gets the positive yardage. Boy, Drew Wood had him dead to rights and just couldn't hang on.
Shows me some toughness in Craig Oaks, and he's a great competitor, just like his counterpart Bradlee Van Pelt. He does a great job of escaping. Right there to Sam and Mike blitz. Sam backer, Mike backer. You got to bring your feet, Drew. You can't fall down. And right here, look, Craig Oaks isn't going to get down. Eric Pauly does a good job hustling. Vickers comes over and hustles. But a great job creating something out of nothing.
Jeremy Bloom split wide, but they give it to Purify. He fumbles, but falls right back on it. And you can hear just the air go out of the Colorado fans and come right back in. That would have been the ball game.
I'm looking at Eric Bieniemy down there, and I guarantee he's going to have these guys when they go to class next week. They're all going to have a football in their hands to hold on to that football. Again, they're just dropping it. Nobody's really knocking the ball out of them. Good awareness of getting back on the ball.
So he pounces on it. That's the good news. The bad news is it's 3rd and 8. It's McCoy in motion.
Comes the blitz.
And looking all the way, finding Monte right near the first down marker. Rhett Nelson hit him as soon as he grabbed the ball. This will be close.
I like the call by Larry Kerr. Why? Because you force a hot read, but I like the composure of Craig Oaks to find Monte. Monte again had time to take it up a little bit further to get to the sticks. Right here comes the blitz. See Monte in a little crosshair. He can come up there a little bit further. That's a good break on the ball by Nelson. And knocking him back, not letting him fall forward. Look for the bubble, though. They have a bubble. There you go. We have a bubble. And they found the bubble, and they burst the bubble.
They burst it. And that should be good enough for the first down.
It's a no-brainer. It's a good call.
Because Oaks is not exactly a slight guy. He's 6'2", 210.
No, remember college football now, the clock stops on first downs.
Colorado and Colorado State fans, tense opener here. That was a first down, now on the 30. Oaks buying time. Where's he going to do with it? He's going to find a receiver. Improvising. Oaks, a first down play. John Donahoe.
Yeah, why you can throw a duck up like that, Pam, because Pete Hogan's in coverage. Now, Pete's used to rushing the passer, but he's back in coverage. He doesn't have field awareness. Now, he makes a good tackle, but a linebacker or defensive back would have broke on the football. They were in a zone blitz. Craig Oaks again didn't panic, kept his eyes downfield, and found an open receiver.
So that's a 13-yard gain. They've already gone 63 yards on this drive. Oaks looking for 6 and McCoy, but it is incomplete. Vickers over there on the coverage. Colorado down 5. Gary Barnett, in his 4th season as the head coach at Colorado, has never won a season opener with the Buffaloes. And he's not a subject he likes to discuss.
No, he's a little sensitive about that. Well, he has an opportunity here to erase that.
Right now he wants to, and he will burn his final timeout, Chris.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I think you got to have a play called and ready to go. You might want to need that timeout for a field goal or stop the clock at some point during this drive.
2nd and 10. Neither team has any timeouts left. Oaks. That's Monte who grabs it. Colorado has to hustle up to the line as the clock keeps rolling. That's a 6-yard gain. Forced out of the pocket. Oaks forced to throw it away in the general vicinity of Jeremy Bloom. Clock stops with 25 seconds left.
Yeah, he misread the blitz right there. Now, all Colorado State's doing is they're zone blitzing every time. They're bringing a middle linebacker and the outside linebacker from the strong side. He's got to recognize what side they're coming. That would be the weakness of the defense. That time it was from the strong side of the field. Jeremy Bloom was open. He went to the other side of the field, right into the coverage. He should have went to Jeremy Bloom in the flat because the corner's playing way off. He had him on a hitch route for a 5-yard gain.
So it is 4th and 5. This basically is your ball game. Remember in the opener last year against Fresno State, Colorado looked like they were driving down to possibly take the lead, and an interception ended that dream, and they lost. 4th down. Oaks, nope, incomplete. Donahoe can't hold on to it. Looking for a flag. One does not fall. And the Rams are 21 seconds away from upsetting the 6th team in the country.
That's the same thing, and it's a nice play call. They come with the same, the blitz right there, the 2 linebackers, and he delivers to Donahoe. He's got to make that catch, and I know it's college and stuff, but that's a well-thrown ball by Oaks. He put it only where he can put it, threw it over Paulie, had Vickers beat inside, hits his hand. You got to make the catch. That's a good throw. Get your composure. Go pat him on the rear end. Forget him next time.
We got Donahoe right on the hands. Remember, Donahoe, a junior, had only 1 reception in his collegiate career coming into today.
There was some concern about the lack of experience at wide receiver. They have talent, but you got to make the play when you have a shot.
And I think they'll learn something today. Colorado State and Sonny Lubick defeating Colorado. They lost here last year 41-14. But Colorado State comes away with a nail-biting 19-14 win. Colorado State is at UCLA next week.
Both teams can hold their head high. Well-fought game. Nobody quit. Colorado State responded to every counter punch that Colorado threw. Colorado came out in the second half, established some type of momentum. They hung in there. It was a great game, well played. Both coaches should be very proud of the way their kids played today.
All right, Chris, Colorado State has now beaten Colorado 3 of the last 4 years in which they have played, all of them right here in Denver. So Colorado gets ready as it will move in the second week of the season already with the loss. The final score here in Denver, Colorado State 19, Colorado 14. Coming up next, the LPGA State Farm Classic. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. For Chris Spielman and Rob Stone, I'm Pam Ward. For some reason, stats of this game, you can always log on to ESPN.com. So long from Denver.